Okay, the only thing is the office is closed right now. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 2 to 7 are the booking hours. David Sheehan? Yeah. Okay? Talk to you next week? Bye-bye. Wednesday through Friday, 2 to 7. Okay, bye-bye.
Well, Mr. High Muckety Muck, Mr. Great Satan, Mr. I'm too busy to keep my appointments, you kept me waiting for an hour. Who do you think you are? President Clinton? Oh, you getting a haircut? Looks like you got a haircut. Yeah, looks like you got more than just a haircut. Looks like you got your bald head and you got some scraggly old whiskers belonging to some shoemaker and stuck them on there with some mucilage or something.
Are you going to start off by my bald head?
No, it's not bald.
It's
It's just like hairily challenged, you know?
Yes.
I mean,
well, my friend Jess Victor, the bartender from downstairs, cut this. So.
oh, I see. Getting
Enough
your
said.
pals. Here's a guy who earns like $500 a month, and no, a week, a day, and he gets one of his pals to cut his hair. Is this cheap or what? Are you always this cheap in your personal hair?
Yeah, I'm a little cheap. Yeah, I'm a little thrifty.
A little thrifty, huh? And exactly what does that thrift entail? Get out of here! Ain't you so busy? What's the matter with you? Good. About time we got rid of those pests. Doesn't their phone ever stop ringing?
See how it is?
Who
I
are you
wanted people coming in the door all the time.
You were giving some ride to somebody, huh? Likely story. A 20-minute ride. It took you an hour. What were you, stuck in the Sumner Tunnel? What?
Memorial Day traffic.
Oh, right. Okay. Great. Memorial Day. All these dead soldiers. What better way to celebrate than go out there and use up all the oil you can? Yes,
Kill
sir.
some more people on the highway.
Get some more soldiers to go into the Middle East. Use up all the oil. Yeah. There we go. Well, anyway, this has gotten off to a very satisfactory start for me. So just exactly what's going on at the Middle East anyway. I'm gone a week. I come back, everything's total chaos. People I've never seen. People with daggers and eye patches and lurking in the doorways with talking parrots on their shoulders. All of a sudden they're the guys that are running things. What's going on here? What exactly?
These are topsy-turvy times.
I see. Well, maybe
topsy-turvy times.
in 20 words or less so that you don't bore me to tears, tell me exactly what happened.
Well, what happened was Martin Doyle, the ace booking agent from the Middle East, has decided to go independent. He's no longer going to be with the Middle East. He is going to open a club on Causeway Street, so you probably remember Chet's last call.
Right, what's he going to call it? Tubby's Trough?
He's going to call it Martin's Place, if I'm not mistaken.
Martin's
No, it's going to be
Place.
called the Causeway, the Causeway.
Oh, you should call it the Martini Lounge. The Causeway, what's he going to do? He's going to attract a bunch of scratching, sniffing loafers.
Old Bruins fans.
Yeah, people who like go to bed at 4 in the morning, it's de rigueur and that's sad. Yeah, the Causeway Street crowd. Just the thing to resurrect now, huh? Boy, I'll tell you. And it's a brilliant time to start to open a club, what with Tom, Dick, and Harry up in Somerville and God knows where starting to open up clubs now. Martin's going to just stick his hand in there.
Well, if anyone can do it, he can.
So where does that leave you?
Well, that leaves me in the lurch. I'm going to hang around and book some more shows, and we'll see what happens.
Well, what's going on with downstairs now?
Well, they're bringing in some more people. I personally wanted to just remain doing the upstairs, but it looks
A
like...
very wise decision.
Looks like I'll be, it looks like they're going to be more involved in some of the downstairs as well now. I guess they're going to bring Chris Porter from Bonratti's over to book this room.
Well, that's great. The bunny rattyization of Middle East downstairs. Oh,
Alston
this is gonna
comes
be
across
wonderful.
the river.
Right. We're going to have big mirrors with bucks painted on them.
By the jackets.
Yeah, the whole thing. Well, okay, check all handguns at the door, no smoke and opium in the elevators, that kind of deal, huh?
Exactly.
Oh, boy. Put in a pool table, maybe some, I don't know, play beer.
Country western music.
Yeah, there we go. An electronic bucking bronco, a picture of Saddam Hussein on a dartboard, that kind of thing. That'll swing, I get you. And you can serve nothing but Carling Black Label.
Black Label and Foster's draft beer, and that's it.
And if people are caught sneaking Colt 45,
All the better to them.
whatever happened to that Keystone beer? You weren't around when they were serving that.
Actually, we're trying to resurrect that. We're trying to resurrect Keystone Wednesday nights.
Why stop there?
Yes.
Why not have Ralph's Kitchen on Sunday? I mean, God, what is this, a primeval
Why not have
program?
Ralph's Kitchen come back on Sunday? Why not?
Hey, I ate there. Everybody should. Well, okay, so that sort of leaves you as like top of the heap right now, insofar as like doing the upstairs is concerned. And
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, what are your exciting new plans, which are virtually obligatory for me to ask about?
No new plan. It's going to remain the same. It's going to be the best music, cutting edge, underground, alternative music.
Oh, okay. 3-chord rock with a violin. Okay.
Exactly. Indie rock, the kids rock. They come in and drink their water and their lime tea and don't drink beer, and the bar goes broke.
And the bands all play in the key of G.
Right, exactly. Droney G.
Right. And the only song they know goes G, C, D, G, C, D, just like Blister last night.
Exactly. Well, you were there for the Blister show.
I saw a blister.
Wasn't that wonderful?
It was like a blood blister. You know how you sort of harvest them, you know? And first time you break it open, there you go. You got yourself a veritable cornucopia of pus-laden talent
Yeah,
there.
well, enough about Blister, I think.
Right, I know. They're not going to like being mentioned. I don't care. I don't owe them no favors. I don't owe them monkeys nothing.
So just giving them free press right now.
Yeah, that's all right. You know, maybe they can scratch my ass someday.
That's not a pretty thought.
Not a pretty thought. No. So where are you from anyway?
Where am I from? Right now I live in Charlestown.
Oh, you live in Charlestown, but where are you from? Where were you born?
Somerville.
Somerville,
And
okay.
then Waltham, and then Boston.
So what do people that grew up around here know that people who didn't grow up around here know?
Let's see.
Or don't know.
That there's a reason that we don't pronounce our R's at the end of sentences.
And just what is that?
I'm not going to tell you, because then we won't be the only ones that know.
Anything else?
That Bobby Orr was the greatest hockey player that ever lived.
Okay. That's why Bostonians don't have both oars in the water. They only have one oar.
And that the reason that people from Massachusetts, or more specifically Boston, drive the way they do is because of the way the streets are laid out in this city. But I think everybody knows that anyway.
Yeah. There's a policeman down in Atlanta, Georgia that knows that. He told me. And he had me handcuffed in the back seat of his vehicle there. Now, all the local people, they can drive drunk, go roaring with their stupid panel vans every which way. Cops don't stop them, no. The second they see a Pennsylvania license plate, boom, that's it. Into the slammer with you. I don't want to hear your story.
So what's wrong with that?
Well, what I'm saying is, they just have a lot of nerve, that's all. I mean, you don't see Boston cops picking on out-of-towners now. No, they pick on everybody
Boston
impartially.
cops have better things to do than pull people over for traffic violations.
Right, like use their squad cars for personal business and, you know, all that kind of thing. I mean, nobody cares if that guy stops at a donut place. I mean, if he's running a business out of his car, it's another thing. So you grew up in Boston. What were your formative experiences? In other words, what got your deformed tadpole-like embryo and sort of striated it into this hideous, evil rock and roll monster?
I don't know. When I was about 14.
Hey, wait a minute. There's a wallet on the floor.
Is it really?
Indulge me while I go through all of your personal belongings.
Yeah, please do.
I know you're a patient man. Oh, never mind. There's nothing here worth taking.
In fact, yeah, why don't you go through my wallet? Well,
No, I don't want
yeah,
to see
go
it.
ahead.
No.
There's pictures of me in here.
Well, okay, let me see. What do we got here?
There's my license.
Arkansas Federal. So, AT&T, is it?
Yeah.
Not MCI. I can see you're one of those Flintstones people. Like, I'm one of the Jetsons people. Good, a gas credit card. 2 of them. That's good now. Yeah, if you ever break down the road, just flash that in the old
I owe no allegiance to no man.
Well, I guess you're just a free agent, just a sort of humming vagabond, endlessly circling the highway of life. But I think
Good likeness, don't you think?
Oh, it's very wonderful. Now I know how old you are and where you live. Piece of cake. But that's not meant for your ears. So, let's see. The way I figure it, you were probably just barely old enough to sneak into the rat around 1979. Yeah.
That's right, the drinking age was 18 then, so that's when I started going out.
Yeah, okay.
The first live band I saw was DMZ, who then became the Liars.
Right.
Cantones.
What is this with the Liars? What is this, the Liars Mafia? What do the guys do? 3-chord garage rock I could have heard back in...
Well, the Liars were the greatest.
I know.
The Liars were the greatest.
I know. Mock show, boys, mock show. I'm surprised Jeff Conley didn't come out with a toilet seat around his neck one day. Did everything else. But I, one time, went to Cantones, and I put a filthy bathroom plunger on somebody's head. as part of my inspired
I think
dance.
that was maybe son of a... No.
Well, I'll tell you something. The bouncer almost killed me.
Better luck next time, I guess.
Well, he made me admit that I was an asshole. But what he didn't know was I already knew that.
Yeah, like you have to admit that.
Right, exactly.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm making a name for myself, and in fact, it is asshole.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
So you went to see DMZ at the Rat. What else did you see when you were going out?
See Gang of Four I saw at the Rat. I used to like, locally, I used to like Robin Lane and the Chartbusters. Who
Did they do Love is Like a Case of Anthrax?
Yes, when I saw them, yes, they did.
Yeah, Gang of Four, they were great. Did they do Circus of Death? Oh boy.
I don't think I remember. I don't know if they did that. This was when they were over here after Solid Gold, maybe. It was like 1980, 81, maybe. Yeah, they were great. They were like one of the best live bands I've ever seen. That was a great show.
And whatever happened to them, I'll tell you. They started
They
going
went
country
disco,
and western, yeah.
top 40, yeah,
all
another
that
man in
crap.
uniform. Oh well,
And
that
then,
happens.
like Neil Young with no wings.
That's why I think if you get to be a certain age, you should maybe look into a different profession other than rock and roll. Especially if you feel the edge starting to seep out of you.
What other profession is there?
I don't know, why? Are there any others?
Would you like to wander the world, a blind, ragged priest bereft of lore? That's what happens when you leave rock and roll. The useless information you accumulate in rock and roll is just like the useless information you accumulate in the army. Once you get into civilian life, you got no use for it. Nobody wants to know that the music explosion did Little Bit of Soul back in 1968 and went to number 11 on the charts. Nobody cares about that stuff. All I want to know is how much Bill Clinton spent for a haircut. I can see
Well, that's
it.
the problem. Nobody, these old rockers, they're used to being famous, and they try to walk away from it. Nobody cares about them anymore. So they look at poor Davy Jones. Case in point. Oh my God, was that pathetic? Did you witness that debacle?
What, the one that 12 people showed up to?
Yeah. Oh, it was so pathetic.
All he needed was a hammer and nails and a crucifix and
oh,
bam-o.
geez, that was the most pathetic thing. But I mean, some people can't give that up. You know.
And the hell of it is, the Monkees were great.
Monkees were great. They were
great.
one of the greatest pop bands of all time.
Don't talk to me. Carole King, the Dolphin song, the Monkees, whoever did it better? Nobody.
Yeah.
Of course, I hate dolphins.
You would.
Bottlenose moochers of the ocean. Sure, they save the occasional kid from, like, drowning or something, and their friendly chattering ways are agreeable and ingratiating. But they won't let us put them in their tuna cans and eat them. And if dolphins are so smart, how come every time you see them, they're in a cage, huh? That's what I need to know.
Speaking of people that should be in a cage.
No, don't talk about Billy Ruane. I don't want to hear it. I've heard enough.
Oh, no, please. Don't bring up that subject.
I won't. It's a hot subject.
It's always a hot subject. Billy's always a hot subject.
It's true. Now I can hear his honking, bleeding voice virtually 24 hours a day, just like in the old days. Don't even have to turn my radio on to hear weird voices. Just walk into the Middle East. Well, anyway, Billy said, "I'm your friend, and the club is your friend." Great, just what I needed to know.
That explains a lot.
After I spent 5 years trying to get them to say they hate me, they're just impossible.
You gave them the best years of your life.
I sure did. That's for sure. Well, let's get back to your miserable and pathetic life story.
All right, if you must.
Well, okay, so you're going to see DMZ, and when did that little switch start registering in your mind that, hey, instead of watching rock and roll, I can be one of the big boys?
But I don't know, that actually didn't happen. That actually didn't happen until much later on. I was just always a fan. And I eventually, because I went to all the shows, I got to meet people in the music business, and things led to another. I ended up managing a band, and then I ended up working here with Martin. Met me, liked me, said he was going to need help because he was opening the place downstairs, and once that was open, he was going to need someone to help him book the upstairs room, which I did.
So how did he meet you?
Through
Various contacts.
various contacts. Yeah.
Who will remain unnamed.
We just fell into each other's arms, as it were.
Was it a rock and roll thing, or was it a money thing?
It was a rock and roll thing.
Always follow the rock and
It
roll.
was a rock and roll thing.
Because there is no money in rock and roll.
No, there isn't.
There's no rock and roll in money either.
That's right.
Yeah, okay. So you met through when was this anyway? 1991?
No, I just met Martin about maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Well, that would have been about 1991, Mr.
You're right,
Mathematical
good
Genius
point,
out
good
in my
point.
head. And you're the guys in charge of like seeing the bands get paid? Oh boy. Well, someone was saying to me, how's come the sound man and the door person get so much money and the band's only playing for $1? Is this true?
Well, it's true, but I mean, if the bands, I mean, it's not up to us to bring people into the club for the bands. I mean, if nobody wants to go see the bands, why should we pay them a lot of money? It says one of two things: either the bands aren't trying to bring people to come in and see them, or they suck. And in which case, why should we pay them a lot of money?
Well, they're not trying. Maybe it's because they're sensitive little artist types and they can't stand going up to their friends if they have any and begging them, please come to my show, please. You got to. I'm gonna sit here like this and tear up my face with my long fingernails, which I never cut because I don't have a job because I'm a musician. Until you do.
Well, if that's the case, then they're in the wrong business. They shouldn't be up on stage if they're sensitive.
Right, exactly. They should go around with a big hammer and just like dragoon people into their club.
Exactly.
Yeah, just like we used to do back in the Revolutionary times. Yeah, the British used to grab drunken American sailors and throw them on a boat. Next thing they knew, they'd be in Shanghai. That's what we ought to do. Just get those people at the McDonald's across the street. Hey, come on in, free hamburgers, yeah. Yeah, before you know it, the place will be hopping. I mean, what do you see in that McDonald's there when you're looking out the window?
Nutrition, nutrition, nutrition.
I can see that you're a man who's very cautious about who he chooses to cross paths with. Well, it's a pity that your caution didn't extend to this interview because I'm beginning to get steamed up. This interview's going nowhere.
Nowhere fast.
Yeah, aren't they playing 3 nights from now?
Yeah, Sunday night.
Along with
Good band.
free beer tonight and TBA.
Yeah. And TBA and reduced admission.
And we're the obnoxious band from New York. Yeah. Okay. So we left off with DMZ. Were you into that whole thrash hardcore thing in your
I was never into hardcore. I like punk. I liked the Clash. I liked the Ramones. I liked Flipper, but I guess I wasn't so much into.
You look like a two-tone kind of guy to me.
I liked the Specials. I liked.
Yeah, and Elvis Costello and all that.
That's somebody. My brother was a big Elvis Costello fan.
How old's your brother?
A year younger than me.
Ah, I see.
So we grew up in the music, doing the music thing.
What's your brother doing?
My brother's a very conservative data processing person. He's married, family, 3 kids.
That's the best way.
For who?
Him.
For him, yeah.
Yeah.
Not for us, certainly.
No.
We'd rather hang out in sleazy offices like this and for $200 a week
Watch, frittering our lives away.
and watch bad bands play and whine about not getting paid at the end of the night.
I don't whine. Hell. I get angry. So how come you still book the wrong hero in the back room, even though he destroys equipment, or are you not supposed to know that?
That's a good question. In fact, let's talk about that.
All right.
Because the Wrong Hero is an institution here at the Middle East.
Well, at least he's been institutionalized several times.
Well, maybe that's one and the same, I guess.
One and the same.
One and the insane.
Yes. Okay. This line of thought it's too introspective for me. I'm not prone to thinking out what I do before I do it. So, thrash, flipper, hardcore, you don't like that. You like punk, okay. That takes us to 1983. Where were you on the night that Mission of Burma broke
I
up?
missed that show.
Oh.
The show at the hotel, I missed that show.
The Bradford.
Yeah.
Well, where were you?
I don't know, it was probably at a disco up in Route 1.
Saugus? All right, yeah. Wearing the big lobster bib, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing
Yeah.
the thing, one hand up in the air.
The white shirt sewn right into the jacket.
And then you went to a nice toga party afterward.
Yeah, exactly. Drank kegs up right out of the keg, beer right out of the keg.
What's the most bizarre party you've ever been to?
The most bizarre party I've ever been to? Well, I've been to a lot of parties that have been bizarre, have ended up bizarre due to the amount of drug and alcohol intake. And I'd probably rather not talk about them on camera.
Well, don't talk about the drug stuff. We don't care about that now, do we? No, I mean the people, man.
Let's see.
Now, I met this weird guy in San Francisco who said that 11 different countries owned Antarctica and invited us back to his house for a drink, but he was homosexual, so he didn't go.
Why not?
Well,
This is the 90s, come on, open up.
This was 10 years ago.
No, as well, no, it's a big difference. Homosexuals were a lot different back then.
Yeah, that's right. So any strange people you met at a party?
Oh yeah, I always meet strange people at parties. In fact, strange people seem to gravitate towards me at parties. And why? Especially since I quit drinking. Since I quit drinking, that's when it seems the drunkest people at the party come talk to me.
In other words, you're a weirdo magnet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Weirdo magnet, perfect.
I know the feeling. Yeah.
Really?
That's what the open mic is.
Who, you?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Either you love the wrong hero or you spew him from your mouth. It's that simple. And since you're still sitting here, and most of your head is still here, I take it you didn't spew him. So you're going to all these parties and all these rock and roll bands, and your life is pretty much going nowhere. What were you doing to
Pretty
support
much
yourself?
going
Anyway.
nowhere. I was just doing like odd jobs, data processing,
Yeah,
just
Boston.
surviving, working nights,
Technology.
boring stuff.
Did the townies in Somerville consider you a townie?
No, my family moved out of there when I was young. I was born there. I was actually born in Somerville. We moved out when I was young, and then moved to beautiful Waltham, Massachusetts. Now I'm not considered a townie now though in Charlestown. Although they think I look like one, and I talk like one, so they leave me alone.
Well, that's good.
All I have to do is get a shamrock tattooed on me somewhere, and I'll be one of the guys.
Right.
I have the Irish look about me.
You think Ross Perot would last 5 minutes in Charlestown?
Probably not.
They'd get one look at them ears and go, hey, look at that fella.
Probably not.
I'm going to make the little feller squeal like a pig.
They drag him down the projects and
Have their way with
have
him.
their way with Ross.
That's the old sad story. What is this? What is this thing with these assholes with names that begin with R? Rush Limbaugh, Ross Perot. What's going on here?
Wrong hero.
Well, no, that's a W.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, my mistake.
Well, close enough, though, anyway, I guess. After all, I am the author of the
If
famous...
this conversation is going to turn political, this interview is over.
Oh, I see. No politics now, just rock and roll. Plenty of rock and roll. Nothing political about that now. I bet you everybody's just rolling in clover now that Clinton's president. Yeah, no more crackdowns, no more 2 a.m.
Good
seizures.
old Bill Clinton.
Yeah, the rock and roll president.
That's
yeah.
right.
You couldn't see, just stupid, tweety Jimmy Carter just sitting around listening to Bob Dylan going, rah, rah, rah.
Jimmy was a sensitive guy.
And you know that Ronald Reagan didn't listen to no rock and roll. And George Bush gets up there, he's half deaf, and he's pretending to play a guitar. But Bill Clinton plays sax. Yeah, well, he's jazzed. too.
Sax is cool.
Yeah,
Sax is cool.
why not? If you're going to be a politician, you might as well put that hot air to use, huh? Yeah. So, we got up to about 1983. You're doing data processing. You were a temp, right?
Yeah. Drinking myself into a
coma because of the pain. Oh, the pain! I can't stand it. Being an artist.
I just wanted to drink myself into a stupor.
Well, that sounds pretty good. So when did your life make that big turnaround? When did you sit down one day and decide, I'm going to do something with my life?
87, when my ex-girlfriend decided that she had had enough of me and my drinking and taking drugs, and gave me a simple choice, either me or the drinking. It was a tough decision. God love her. No, so I quit drinking. That was that.
That sounds pretty good. Mighty inspiring.
Do you think the kids at home will be inspired by that story?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Just goes to prove that even if you quit drinking, you can still become a nobody.
yeah.
And I'm living proof of that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
I'm still a nobody in this town.
me so too. But I ain't telling you what I got soaked up in this little star. Boy. Okay, now this interview can start all over again with the wrong hero as the omniscient God, most intelligent, godlike comedian creature in all the universe. So, how's come there's no comedy at the Middle East, huh?
I don't know, there's nobody funny around anymore.
That's true.
Actually, comedy was we were thinking of comedy.
Good.
We
Think
were
some
thinking
more.
of comedy. Maybe
Think
Monday
some-
nights.
Monday nights.
What do you think?
Monday nights, that's the same night every other damn club has their open mic. I don't know. What can I say? I mean, no, no, I want.
So you don't agree with that idea?
I don't know what to say. Monday night, that's when Martin tried to fob off on me. Here's an English pastry. Go out and do Monday nights. Oh, I don't want that. It's a cream puff night. Who in the hell in their right mind? I just made it through a hangover day, no sleep Monday. Oh, let's go out and have fun in a club. Listen to bad comedians play their awful jokes over and over again every week. That's the problem with comedy. None of these comedians works at what they do. They just do the same 5 minutes over and over. They throw in a little ad lib every now and then, every 3 weeks or so. Hey, I'm happening, man. Me and Robin Williams, man. The rest of you jokers, you're no good. So I'm sick of them. I hate other comedians.
I can see that. I can see it upsets you a little bit.
Yes, it is. It's upsetting.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's all right.
You sure? You
Yeah,
okay?
I'm okay.
All right.
I'm just a little...
Cranky?
Yeah. See, I have this stinking wound on my leg here, and it's my punishment for having defied
I don't
gods.
really think we need to see that.
Well,
It's
no,
no deal.
we don't need to see it, but I do. We're not talking about we. This isn't an us thing. Are you getting married?
Possibly.
Oh, okay. And what's the little woman going to say about your 4 a.m. booking assignments and all this
Well,
stuff?
she's kind of in the music business too.
Oh, well, that helps. That helps a lot. Yes, sir. That's what they say. Birds of a feather, yeah? Now you get a little synchronicity going there.
Yeah, she's in the no-account rock and roll business too.
Well, okay, so now we're at 1985, 87, and I just want to know a little bit more about how you managed to, like, sort of ooze your way.
That's exactly what I did too. I just oozed my way into it.
Oh, I see. I get it
I think
now.
it's just that my taste in music is so obviously impeccable that he saw a creative booking genius in me, a diamond in the rough, as it were, and decided to act on it. And the rest, I guess, as they say, is history.
You can know every single good band in town and be on a first-name basis with them, but if you ain't gonna play ball with all the power hitters in this town, you ain't gonna go nowhere. So what exactly do you do? You got some sort of gas that sort of makes them receptive to you or something, or what?
No, if they're good, I mean, they know they'll get a shot. That's the thing. And plus, I talk to the bands. A lot of the clubs in this town don't know any of the people in the bands. All they know is either that they draw or whatever else. But I mean, I like talk to people in the bands. I hang out with a lot of them. I know what they're about. I've seen them. I go see all the bands. I try to get some of the good bands coming up. I try to help them out, give them good slots on weekends so people will see them.
So who are the Jägermeister bands?
The Jägermeister bands right now, well, Norman, of course, from Left Nut is in a new band. I think we all know that, Chum. The Satanics, I would always say, are a
Jägermeister band.
yeah, I think probably Tomato Monkey is a Jägermeister band. United States are probably a Jägermeister band. What's that cock rock band there with the blonde singer? Fighting Cocks. Fighting Cocks.
Yeah.
They're probably a Jägermeister band.
Okay, and who's the bands that bring in the people that drink the expensive beer?
The people at Cul-de-sac is probably the people who drink the expensive beer. Dam builders, I guess, to a point, would probably have the people who bring the expensive beer. Let's see, who else would be the expensive beer drinking people? It's probably, maybe the Swirlies, I guess. Although their crowd doesn't really have very much money. Yeah, it's those type of bands.
Well, why is it that the people with the best taste have the least money?
That's a good question.
Yeah, well, I ain't gonna answer it. I'm tired. My brain's only operating on 2 cylinders. It's not even a machine, so you know how that is.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, well, let's see now. What did you study in high school?
Waltham High.
And what did you study?
No, not very much.
Were you in the band, the high school band? No, you
I
didn't.
was one of those little punk potheads.
Didn't do any theater or
No,
nothing like
no,
that.
didn't do any of that.
No extracurriculars.
Nope, didn't
Not
go
even the
to,
pep
didn't go to school very much when I was in high school.
So what did you do instead?
Smoked a lot of pot.
And
Hung
did
out,
what?
got into trouble.
Got into trouble.
Started listening to music. That's when I really started listening to music. I was like 14, 15, and 16. Used to listen to Led Zeppelin, 10 Years After, Jay Giles Band. Of course, this was a while ago, you have to remember too, when I was 14 years old, that was a long time ago, that was the 70s.
Yeah, the 70s. Watch the Brady Bunch.
Watched the Brady Bunch, yep, exactly, Partridge Family.
And what was your favorite cartoon?
My favorite cartoon is Porky Pig.
Not Wacky Races?
No, Porky Pig is always the funniest. Anytime you can base a whole episode around a pig that stutters, it's pure comic genius.
Puerquito puerco. Es los todos. Pueblos.
I hope you're not going to speak Spanish, that's very rude.
Well, I don't know any Spanish.
Oh, what was that?
Well, that was something that I learned just for the occasion.
Just for the occasion.
Yeah.
Nice to see.
Because I always wanted to know what the Spanish people heard when they watched Porky Pig. They probably thought it was Francisco Franco. Me la Francisco Franco. Es los todos puerquitos.
It's very good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So what are you? You're with a name like Sheehan. Don't tell me, let me guess. You're from the Balkans.
Very good.
No, you're from
Oh.
County Cork, Ireland. Sure,
Sure, we got
So is that an advantage in this town or what?
it's not a disadvantage.
Say no more.
It opens doors, let's just leave it at that.
Everybody in this town's Catholic anyway.
Yeah,
When you see Irish names, do you say Catholic?
pretty much.
Yeah, what can you do? Man?
Italian too. This is
Italian
big
too.
Italian. Italian, French Canadian,
Yeah.
Polish.
Yeah, all the most level-headed and rational people,
That's right.
and they're the ones that are running things in this town. The Italians take care of the politics. The Irish take care, the police type thing, a bunch of drunks going around hitting people on the head with clubs. Okay, and all the Poles, they're good at fixing air conditioners and stuff like that. I'm half Polish too. I've hung from ceilings myself many a time. How come Spider-Man has a nickname like Web-Headed, and the Incredible Hulk is the Jade Giant, but nobody's come up with a nickname for me or you?
Nobody's come up with a nickname for you?
Nobody. Well, yes, the annoying insect.
Yeah.
But what about you?
Oh, I don't need a nickname.
Oh, you don't need a nickname.
Sweet Melon.
Good old Dave's good enough.
Sweet Melon. It's gonna be Sweet Melon Sheehan. That's my new persona.
And let's have a little sample of that.
All right.
Said Sweet Melon.
Yeah. What can I do for you? No. What can I do you for?
Women are no damn good, except my mother. I see you got a hole in your shoe.
You do.
No, I'm just lying.
I got both just with a laser.
Here, hold it up to the light. What kind of shoe is this anyway?
There's a used combat boot bought at the Army-Navy store, issue Army-Navy store.
Well, that's pretty cool.
$24.
All you need now is the dried food in the tent. You can withstand a Holocaust.
That's right.
Do you have the survivalist mentality?
Absolutely not.
Good.
If everyone else is gone, I'm going with them.
Well, that's a pretty altruistic philosophy. I mean,
Well, it's just the way, I am.
I mean, why should you get to run things just because everybody else
I
is
don't
gone?
enjoy my own company all that much. Not
So-
enough to stick it out when nobody else is going to be around.
Gee, I'm the exact opposite. I want everybody to be gone because they're breathing up my air. But we won't get into that.
All right, that's good. We probably shouldn't.
Fair enough.
All right.
So what are your big plans for the Middle East there? No, same business, same as usual. I know, that's what you have to say.
That's what I have to say on camera.
Well, what are you going to do in the bakery, for example?
The bakery. I don't know. Hopefully I can stay away from that. Hopefully that will remain in the hands of others. And it's a good space though. It's the people that are doing shows in there now seem to be actually doing a pretty good job. Bakery would probably even be a good place for comedy.
Yeah, maybe.
Small room, intimate room.
Right. Obscene hand gestures.
Obscene
Police
hand gestures.
across the street.
That's right. You got
That's
the homeboys outside sticking their faces in.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, wonderful, man. Yeah, who needs to go to the Bronx Zoo? Just do comedy in the bakery.
That's right.
Well, my contract writer says I need a Uzi for shows like that. Anyway, that was not in the best of taste, because actually, I don't like them foreign guns. I want me a MAC-10.
You want you with a nice American gun.
Yeah, a nice American gun. Well, I saw you eating a piece of pizza. You work at a Middle East restaurant and you go get pizza?
I work here for a year and eat Middle Eastern food every day. You'll understand.
Well, I've been eating it every day for 5 years.
Yeah, but you're a mooch.
Yeah, I know. What can I say? Hey, I got a cast iron stomach. I mean, I just mix all that stuff together and put in one little thing, wrap it up on a piece of bread, cram it all in my mouth at once. Ah!
Yeah, we've seen you eat.
Yeah.
Wrong hero.
It's
And
not,
not a pretty sight.
No, sir. Well, you haven't seen me tear the... Well, never mind. I don't want to get into that either. So now we're at about the time when you decided to start doing bookings here at the Middle East. And what were the first bands you booked up here anyway?
First bands I booked, I think, were the support bands for the Paintings. When the Paintings played here last October. And yeah, I think it was Slow Club.
Slow Club.
I booked a couple, I started off by booking a couple Sunday nights in early September, but towards the end of September. And I just started, basically as mine got more involved in the club downstairs, I began to work with the agents and get more involved in booking upstairs clubs, and so it went.
And are you responsible for Michelle Shaw?
No, that's mine. That's mine. Got that.
Well,
Mine landed a big. He has got a good relationship with international talent group who has people like Michelle Shaw.
Why does she like this place?
I don't know. When she played here before with that. Well, I know why. The people who work here, like our door staff and stuff, and hospitality people who work here are just they're music fans and they take care of the musicians, and it's important to them that the musicians feel comfortable. And I think she really appreciated that when she was here, so she wanted to play here.
Well, I'm going to totally take those remarks and twist them out of context. I hope you don't mind.
I'm sure you will.
And it'll make me look good.
Yeah.
What's the funniest face you know how to make?
The funniest face I know how to make. Should I do it?
Do it.
All right. Tell me when I'm on camera. Tell me what I should do.
Okay.
I don't know how funny it is, but people seem to think it's relatively amusing.
Okay, let's see. We'll get the nice tight. All right. Hit it.
Okay, I'm not sure how funny you'll think this is, but
Man, that's the most inspiring thing I've ever seen you do. Well, we got exactly 1 minute left.
okay. And
So
that's
what do you
1
wanna
minute
say?
too long.
What do you want to say in this minute?
I want to say thank you so much for this delightful experience.
That's only 5 seconds.
And I'd also like to thank my parents and all the people who maybe, I just want to say to bands coming into the club, keep coming in, keep trying to call us, and the reason we haven't returned your phone calls is because we're really busy with phone calls, but keep pestering us because we will get to you eventually, and that's it, man. Keep rocking.
Keep rocking.
That was pretty lame, wasn't it? It was
Well,
pretty lame.
it's sort of like that guy in
It was
Brother
lame.
Altman's film,
Can we
Nashville.
edit that?
No,
Yeah.
no, we can't
That
edit.
was-
I'm not
that was
going to
lame.
do edits. No. What do you think this is
All
anyway?
right,
What do you
fine.
take me for? What am I, Martin Scorsese? Just because I'm Italian? You think I can do film just because I'm Italian? Is that what you're saying, huh? Is that what
It's
you're
kind of a
saying?
stereotypical thing, but no, I would never say anything.
You notice I don't use my hands when I talk.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Get out of here! What do you think you're doing? What is it with these people? What is this, Grand Central Station? Unbelievable. Unbelievable! You know, he's coming in. I can't. Don't you have something, anything, a roach bomb, or I don't know, maybe some of that
throw something.
boric acid across the doorway? I don't know. Well, this has run its course. I'm tired and sick, and Dave here's throwing stuff. I can't take it anymore. I'll kill.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you had to star here.
Oh man, that was pretty funny. Well, what do you think, Francis? Do I have a career in there? Absolutely not.
Well, it doesn't take much to be a talk show host.
Is the what? Gina's gone, or no? The desk is
The
gone.
death. You can use mine. Actually, hold on. So let me see. Let me just.
Here it is,
Hi there, baby.
folks. The great man in action.
Yeah. How am I?